Being intelligent isn't always the gift everyone thinks it is. While society celebrates high IQ and quick thinking, psychology reveals a hidden side that most people never talk about. The same brilliant mind that solves complex problems can become a prison of overthinking, isolation, and exhaustion. If you've ever felt like your intelligence is both your greatest strength and your heaviest burden, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into 8 struggles that highly intelligent people face every single day, backed by psychological research and real experiences. Let's get started. The first struggle is analysis paralysis. Imagine standing in a grocery store, trying to pick a simple item, and suddenly your brain launches into full investigation mode. You're comparing nutritional labels, calculating costs per ounce, imagining future recipes, and weighing taste against health benefits. 30 minutes later, you walk away empty-handed and mentally drained. This is what psychologists call analysis paralysis, and it's incredibly common among intelligent people. Your brain sees every possible option, every potential outcome, and every hidden consequence. What should be a 2-minute decision becomes an exhausting research project. Studies show that highly intelligent individuals process information at faster speeds and recognize patterns more quickly. But this gift becomes a curse when applied to everyday choices. Your mind refuses to settle for good enough because it can always imagine one more variable, one more possibility. This constant mental scanning doesn't just waste time, it steals your energy for decisions that actually matter. The second struggle is crippling perfectionism. When you're highly intelligent, you don't just see what things are, you see what they could be. You recognize excellence instantly, which means you also spot every flaw, every gap, every imperfection in your own work. This creates a painful cycle where nothing you produce ever feels good enough. Research from Psychology Today shows that gifted individuals often set impossibly high standards for themselves, then feel devastated when they inevitably fall short. Your perfectionism doesn't motivate you, it paralyzes you. You delay starting projects because the conditions aren't perfect yet. You avoid sharing your work because it doesn't meet your internal standard of flawless. What others see as impressive, you see as inadequate. This constant pressure doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from genuinely seeing the distance between where you are and where you know you could be. Over time, this perfectionism breeds procrastination, self-doubt, and a deep sense of underachievement, even when you're objectively successful. The third struggle is profound social isolation. Highly intelligent people often describe feeling like they're watching the world from behind glass, present but never quite connected. From childhood, gifted individuals realize they think differently, speak differently, and care about different things than their peers. They search desperately for like-minded people, but rarely find them. University of Rochester research found that highly intelligent people are significantly more likely to experience what is called cognitive loneliness, the painful awareness that others simply don't process the world the way you do. Conversations feel shallow. Small talk drains you. You crave depth and meaning, while everyone around you seems content with surface-level exchanges. This isn't snobbery. It's genuine disconnection. You might be surrounded by people, yet feel utterly alone, because no one truly understands how your mind works. This isolation often leads to depression, anxiety, and a tendency toward introversion. Not because you disliked people, but because connecting with them requires so much translation and code switching that solitude feels easier. The fourth struggle is relentless overthinking. Your brain never stops. While others fall asleep within minutes, you're lying awake at midnight, replaying conversations, analyzing what went wrong, planning tomorrow, and solving problems nobody asked you to solve. This is bedtime rumination, and it's exhausting. Psychologists note that highly intelligent people tend to think more about negative experiences, turning them over repeatedly to extract lessons and prevent future mistakes. This sounds productive, but it's actually a form of mental torture. You can't let things go. A minor social misstep becomes a full documentary in your mind, analyzed from every angle. A work decision made weeks ago still haunts you with what-ifs. Your mind treats sleep like bonus thinking time, keeping your nervous system in a constant state of alert. This chronic overthinking doesn't just steal rest. It fuels anxiety, prevents you from enjoying the present moment, and keeps you trapped in an endless loop of mental simulation. The fifth struggle is emotional disconnection. When you live primarily in your intellect, your emotional world often gets left behind. Highly intelligent people are exceptionally skilled at analyzing feelings, labeling them, and understanding their psychological origins, but actually feeling and releasing those emotions. That's a completely different challenge. Research shows that high IQ doesn't automatically translate to high emotional intelligence. In fact, many gifted individuals find emotions messy, illogical, and frustrating. You can eloquently explain why you feel a certain way, yet still struggle to actually process and move through it. This creates a strange paradox where you're intellectually sophisticated but emotionally stunted. You might dismiss your own feelings as irrational, suppress them with logic, or simply ignore them until they manifest as physical symptoms or sudden emotional breakdowns. Your relationships suffer because partners need emotional presence, not just intellectual understanding. They need you to feel with them, not just think about them. The sixth struggle is chronic boredom and impatience. Once your brain learns a pattern, it craves the next challenge. Routine tasks feel like walking through thick mud. Meetings drag endlessly. Repetitive work makes you want to claw out of your skin. This is what psychologists call novelty hunger, and it's a defining characteristic of high intelligence. Your brain is wired for complexity, stimulation, and constant learning. When the environment doesn't provide that, restlessness sets in. You might start 5 projects at once, constantly scroll for new information, or mentally check out during conversations that don't engage you. This isn't rudeness or lack of discipline. It's a genuine neurological need for intellectual stimulation. The problem is that life requires routine. Success often depends on doing boring things consistently. When you can't tolerate repetition, you struggle with follow-through, sabotage your own goals, and feel perpetually dissatisfied, always chasing the next dopamine hit of something new. The seventh struggle is being misunderstood in relationships. People with high IQ often need more personal space, think differently about intimacy, and have unique sensory sensitivities that others find confusing. Psychology research shows that gifted adults may require significant alone time to process their thoughts and pursue deep interests, which can conflict with conventional relationship expectations. Your partner might interpret your need for solitude as rejection when you're simply recharging. You spot inconsistencies and dishonesty instantly, which makes you seem critical or overly analytical. Your dark or complex sense of humor falls flat. Your heightened awareness of sounds, textures, and environmental details makes you seem high maintenance. These aren't flaws. They're simply how your nervous system operates. But without understanding partners, these differences create friction, misunderstanding, and loneliness, even within intimate relationships. The eighth and final struggle is existential awareness. Highly intelligent people don't just know more. They're painfully aware of how much they don't know, how fragile life is, and how many problems have no solutions. This creates what psychologists call existential depression, a deep awareness of mortality, meaninglessness, and the limits of human understanding. While others live comfortably with ambiguity, your mind can't stop questioning existence, purpose, and the nature of reality itself. You see through social constructs, recognize suffering others ignore, and carry the weight of knowledge that ignorance truly can be bliss. This awareness isn't something you can unsee or unthink. It shapes everything, making happiness feel more complex and peace more elusive. Intelligence is supposed to be an advantage, but as we've explored today, it often comes with invisible struggles that others never see. If you recognize yourself in these 8 patterns, remember this isn't a weakness, it's simply how your brain operates. Understanding these struggles is the first step toward working with your intelligence instead of against it.